And what do we get? The immigration chief was not even sacked, was not even moved, he never batted an eye, and he refused to resign. That's the country we have spawned, where we have lost every sense of purpose. And it is a saddening thing that nobody is taking responsibility.
Okay, let me ask you, your daughter used to school in the northern part of Nigeria, in Yola, in Adamawa State, and that used to be one of the areas that the federal government is now saying we have pushed back Boko Haram from that area all the way back to Borno State and the edge or fringe or periphery of the country, close to the border. Now, if you were to tell the president or the presidency what should be done from here on, what would you be saying? Having heard all of what Dr. Obi has said and what the rest of the panel are saying, what would you be saying to the president? Just in case he's watching, he's in South Africa today, just in case he's watching from there, because we know he does watch.
I'll say what I've been saying.
Which is?
And I've been saying very publicly. I've been saying, one, admit your inadequacies. Our military, our men, as men, are heroes. They're dying. They're in the front. They're facing these insurgents. They're being killed. But the command structure is representative of the Nigerian culture, which is a culture of inefficiency and corruption. Therefore, we are having cases where all the monies that Calvin, for example, has mentioned, that have been budgeted, we are finding out are not really getting down, either in the sense of material, equipment, or welfare of the men. And this is not the first time it's happening. When the Bakassi issue came up, and there was a tour of the soldiers there, soldiers declared they were supposed to be in Bakassi for 3-month shifts, rotations. They had been there for over 6 years. Some had not been paid for months. Some were wearing bathroom slippers. We see it on our streets. That's why at the end of the day, to me, I am very sad about Chibok. I am very concerned about Chibok. I've met with the foreign community, and I've been part of what said, let the Americans, let the West, let anybody come in. Help. We need all the help we can get. There's a danger when you open your borders to people, but at the moment, let them come in.
There's more danger in not allowing them.
But the problem really lies in what is Nigeria? What are we? Are we a country? That's why we are having the national conference. And at the national conference, all has been coming up. We are having northern positions, southwestern positions, south-southern positions, southeastern positions that are diametrically opposed. Nearly all the southern zones are united. They're saying we want regional autonomy. In fact, some are saying, I've gone so far to say, we want confederalism. A body has decided to crystallize it, and I think it will be out soon. On Abuja, we stand. It's all saying that we do not believe in Nigeria. Because how can you believe in a country where girl children are not encouraged to go to school? Then a committee manages to send children to school, and WAEC advises the governor not to congregate people in a particular school, and it goes against that advice, and the military or security apparatchik who are around go and station themselves 10 kilometers away from the school. There are too many things that are wrong with our system. So when we begin sort of over-focusing on one area, I become worried.
Okay. Let me just say, to wrap up this side of our conversation, because we still have the issue of national conference, but let me ask you a final question on the issue of Bring Back Our Girls. If you have the ears of the president today, or those who are working with the president in terms of communication, what would you be saying to them?
Well, there's no point repeating ourselves. I mean, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili has said it all.
So,
He has
in
also said
essence-
it. I subscribe to what they have said. I mean,
Okay.
Mr. President should rise up to his responsibilities as the Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria Armed Forces. But to be fair to him, he's not the problem.
The president is not the
That's not
problem.
the problem.
Who is the president?
What we are seeing is systemic failure. Chibok is just it's a symptom. We must address the disease, and the disease is the configuration, the corrosive political architecture of Nigeria. That some people are still saying we must maintain.
Mr.
That is the
Degwe.
challenge.
Okay.
Mr. Degwe, let me just quickly ask you. He's described the problem in the military and a few other problems. How much of trouble are we talking about if that doesn't get fixed immediately?
We make mistakes when you have a problem that is related to security. You single the military.
Yes.
What is happening is metastatic. It's affected the judiciary, the legislature, education. That is systemic. So we must break it down and then look ourselves straight in the face. Can you continue to run a country like this? No. For as long as we maintain this, again, as I say, corrosive political system, we will continue to go around in circles and no progress will be made.
So what's the solution?
Well, the solution may well be one. We have a conference, but people must change their mindset. When I intervened in the conference, when we were asked to react to Mr. President's speech, I said, the classical definition of insanity is for you to continue to do things the same way and you expect to get a different result. Quote me, may all of us live long. If we continue to run Nigeria the way we are running it, in the next 20 years, we'll come back to say that, where are we? We will be in the same.
Describing a failed state symptom.
I've said that in the past, but they disagreed. When life has become nasty, short and brutish, when people can't fit, when there's so much criminal display of opulence in the midst of abject poverty, what's a failed state? What are the parameters? What are the indices? They are here with us, but we'll continue to live in denial. Some of us that point out the youth of the society are seen as apostles of dooms, the doubting Thomases. Look, some people should just bury their heads in shame because they have brought us to our knees. We can go on and mention it, but it won't be nice. Ask people, they'll tell you posterity will judge us, people that are ruled on in the past. Somebody was president of Nigeria for 8 years, he didn't generate 2,000 megawatts. And he'll tell you posterity will win us. And when you want to fix Nigeria, you go back to the same people.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Let me ask you then, Kalunima, in terms of where we are now, we all know, in terms of moving forward so that we will not be described, Mr. Adebu said to some extent, he's not mincing his words in terms of it looks like we are failing, or some people will not want to admit the fact that we are failed, but they're saying we are failing, not doing well enough. But in terms of moving us forward, national conference has come, it's being extended with the hope that it will come up with something of value that would help us begin to retrace our steps. What's your thought about the national conference and where it's going and whether it's got the potential?
I think first and foremost I have to congratulate all the men and women that have been consistent over the years that we should talk to ourselves. And I want to congratulate the President and the Presidency